Welcome to Rauta. Let's be honest about it. This album, which we have here today, isn't most for you, dear audience. In fact, this totally surprised me, as to say, got me my pants down, because I wasn't expecting this kind of album, first of all, to appeal me, not to even so, less so, be one of the best albums this year. So what's going on here? Am I just messed in my head because of the summer heat wave or something else? Or is it just something that these guys managed to push all the right buttons? I'm guessing a little bit both, but here it goes. One Desire, Midnight Empire. The second album by this Finnish rock band. Not exactly metal, even though flirting with some. And not exactly very heavy. In fact, this is so cheesy and so sweet that it's giving me both diabetes and cardiac arrest at the same time. And to be honest, I don't know if that is really good or something really bad. Anyway, would have been a perfect midsummer album should I have had it there with me with a CD player or music equipment in the first place. But I decided to go with the nature and just skip listening to the music during midsummer. Anyway, this one has been already released in May 2020, so it's been out there a few weeks already, and people have been actually liking this one. It seems like it's been selling really good, being one of the best bands in the Finnish Billboard chart or whatever it's called. And to be honest, I'm not really surprised. Well, I haven't heard the previous one, that is the first album, so had I very little expectations, and maybe that's why this sugar-coated cheese stuffed bacon roll just got me like going wow. Now obviously, because this band is not on Metal Archives, I mean it's not metal band, it's not listed on Metal Archives, so I'm just gonna put this band's own website on the background and I'll tell you a little bit about this band, just the basic facts, and then we get going. Now the curious thing is, even though the new album has been there quite a few weeks now, there is still no information on the band's website, the actual website, about this new album. I mean, it's listed there on the Facebook site and all that stuff, but here it seems like the band is not even kept things outdated. Anyway, nobody really cares basic websites, because what matters really is that you get the basic information about the music, you get where it's available, you can listen to it, and, well, maybe get some gigs when the epidemic is finally over. But we don't worry about that. We're here just to discuss the music and why this cheesy ball of sugar is so goddamn good. Well, these guys are no newbies. Some of you outside even Finland might remember a band called Sturm und Drang, which was basically brought to the audience. It's kind of a melodic power metal-like stuff with teenagers on board. At least in Finland it was a kind of a passing phenomenon back in the days, and it raised some eyebrows, like how these talented young kids could make worthwhile music being so young and all. Now those things are kind of forgotten in the past, but how is the link in the band? I think it's meaningful, because one of the members of Sturm und Drang is here with the guitar and vocals and doing exceptional job with that. Also, since the first album, the band's original producer took the other slot of the guitar, and now this four-man band is just doing really great. Now, whether we call this hard rock, adult-oriented rock, album-oriented rock, or just dad rock or stadium rock, doesn't really matter. What matters here is that this album is a brilliant example how you can really do top-notch job when you find all the right elements and you know in which way to put them. So, first of all, even though this is 2020 release, it takes me back. It takes me back to the days of 80s, when I was young and all these AOR bands were not really my cup of tea. I mean, obviously I knew quite many of them, at least the bigger ones, but I never listened to them. I was more into kind of heavy metal and later on other styles of metal, thrash metal and so forth. But I did have, sort of a soft spot for this kind of hard rock. Now, this is not as hard as, bands like, say, Skid Row or Metal Crew, Twisted Sister and the stuff. This is more going to the direction such as bands like Europe and the like. So kind of a very, very catchy and kind of like sugar-coated because they're like babe songs, there's love things, melodies that are so super catchy and vocals which just have this beautiful range of sound, and everything is like kind of an instant hit material. Now my initial spin with this one wasn't exactly a spin, it was just playing some digital tracks, and I was like, okay, there is a few nice tracks and that all, but I guess I need to listen to it more. So I was requesting a physical copy because even though this is not most of the audience here, I was like, hey, let's just entertain people and let's talk about some other quality music, not just black metal and death metal. And wow, after a few spins with the actual CD here, I was like, really, this gotta be one of the best albums this year. Hands down. The thing here is, no matter what the style of music is, when you just kind of get smell of the talent, you see them, you listen to them, and you just get the overall feeling and like, wow, these guys are brilliant. Now, I would be actually surprised if after a few years these guys would be playing for a big audience, because what happens here is this is super catchy. Yes, it's cheesy as hell. Yes, it's so sugar-coated and it's so kind of a super targeted, but I don't even care. What matters to me is obviously these songs are great. They make a great listening experience, kind of like a guilty pleasure thing, like, yeah, I'm all about black metal and all the crazy extreme stuff. And like suddenly when nobody's watching, like, go to your stereo setup, put that CD on, and you probably wear something that you don't usually wear. You grab some cool drink and you just go back. Maybe it's an age thing, I really don't know. But then again, I've also noticed some younger generation be liking this, because this is very much something that could have come out in the 80s. And that makes it so wonderful, because it actually sounds very much like modern days, but still kind of like 80s. So it's like ageless release in so many ways. And I really don't know which element to praise here more. The overall solid quality of the whole songwriting process, or the vocals which are just great, or those melodies which are so catchy, or the fact that it pushes the little buttons in your body and mind, which just makes you kind of feel this throwback thing, this kind of it takes me back feeling. Now, like I said, I know this has nothing to do with the extreme metal, hardly with metal at all, but there are some layers which kind of make this feeling like a melodic, soft metal. So it's like operating in the field where you just tightrope walking between some cheesy hard rock and with some kind of a melodic, lightweight metal. No matter what the genre is in your opinion, and I know many of you won't like it, but at least give it a try if you can enjoy AOR or hard rock on some level, because for me it really did the trick, even though I don't feel I'm the core audience for this kind of music, and I'm enjoying a hell of a lot of it. So, without any kind of more bullshit, One Desire with Midnight Empire, a great album you should be listening to, even if it means it's gonna be your guilty pleasure one. With these words, take care, bye bye.